Welcome everybody to the TWCL Quarterfinals. This is the first of 4 games of today, and we started off with one of the best players of all time. It's Moon facing the black sheep of this tour, MinHyuk, a former Clan Go player. He played with the likes of Focus, Shy, and Space, together very successful WC3L and also NGL career, but of course his opponent is the most decorated player in Warcraft 3 history, who recently came back like 2.5 months ago. And yeah, would you say he's gaining strength? Because a lot of Korean players got a lot better pretty fast, but on the side of Moon, to be honest, I don't see that development so far.
Yeah, but don't underestimate Moon. It will take some time. He just joined like Warcraft back in December, like start of December, maybe a little bit earlier. So he's basically practicing now for 3 months, I guess. Yeah, sometime more, sometime less, but I think overall now he should be on a practice for 3 months, and he's like practicing on NetEase client as well, and he's streaming that to the Chinese community. So I think he will be back in his shape, in his previous shape. But being back in shape doesn't mean that you are actually up to speed with the recent meta game that is like legit right now, or that is very effective amongst all the players. So definitely, even if he's going back to 100% Moon was back in the day, he needs to overcome that and get a little bit better than he was back then. I think Remind is a perfect example of that. He just took all the information from Loliot, implemented that into his game, and now he's just like up to speed. It's crazy how fast he implemented all the new ideas.
Alright, MinHyuk on the other side, let's not underestimate him as well. There was a Korean tournament was called the Holes Cup, I think sponsored by Holes, and he made it to the grand final against Loliot, where he lost 4-1 in a best of 7, but still silver medal. Great accomplishment for MinHyuk, and now these two players are hitting each other up at Turtle Rock here on map number 1. It is a best of 3, and let's see, boots go to the Blade Master, which is of course the obvious choice for MinHyuk, wearing that proud Clan Go tag. And yeah, Moon of course going for that Demon Hunter.
Yeah, sounds good so far. Blade Master retreating there, has to replenish the missing HP, because he was also stealing the creep spot from Mr. Moon there. He got both of the Augurs. Now Moon is waiting to actually go for the Augur Mauler here to creep that one, but I think MinHyuk is aware of that, and he now goes to that battleground and wants to intercept that creeping, but he will not be there on time. But the Blade Master is catching up with the Demon Hunter, and if he only had a dust right now, he could easily make him or force him to use the Town Portal. Now he's going in, trying to get the dust. Not sure if Moon denied that. No, it's still on cooldown since Moon bought it earlier on when MinHyuk was going for the boots. So his Demon Hunter should be safe for now, but now he was waiting for it. Blade Master hitting him. Wow, and he uses that Cloak of Shadow to the fullest.
What a shadow melt by Moon, but I guess... Oh my god! He reveals himself, and the grunts miss! The grunts actually miss, and that keeps the Demon Hunter alive here on level 2, but he's gonna have a hard time. I guess the Blade Master has dust. He's coming from the western side, now catching the Demon Hunter here, blocking the path with the grunts, and what a nice opening this is for MinHyuk, forcing the Town Portal of Moon.
Yeah, really good. Very good by MinHyuk, being aware of the fact that the native player can easily creep that camp with the few archers that he got and the Demon Hunter, and just punishing him for that kinda greedy risk-taking that he was doing earlier on. Now we can see usually native players go for the attack, they get the Beastmaster out, go for the attack, deny the tier 2 buildings, but now he lost his Town Portal, his opportunity to actually go back and be safe and save all his units and his heroes. And now he's just caught on the back foot, and now he has to creep.
That's right, and this is something that a lot of Night Elves do recently, because I think the Orcs adapted well to that tier 2 push finally, especially if the guys like Focus really improved in that position. So yeah, maybe with the Hawk, with the Demon Hunter level 3, this might be the better choice in the end anyhow. But yeah, we talked about Moon for a bit, his performances. Let's not forget, we saw a lot of Night Elf Mirrors from him, which is definitely not his best matchup. We saw a lot of games versus Undead from him, which is also not the best matchup. But now this is the matchup that he invented, basically, with the mass talent strategy with the Tinker third. Now he's finally time for Moon to shine against the Orcs.
Yeah, and Grubby was sharing a really, really cool memory of his and Zakhard, because Zakhard came to Germany to play in the EPS back in the day. I'm not sure if he finished that because he had to go back to Korea in some time. But Zakhard was there hanging out with Todd and Grubby, and Zakhard was like, guys, there's this new strategy in Korea. I have to play against Moon sometime next week or in 2 weeks. And there's this new thing, like triple hero talents. I tried pretty much everything. Back then, like Farsia was still a meta. And he was like, I tried pretty much everything. And Grubby tried to come up with ideas. And Zakhard is like, no, I tried that. I failed miserably. So this was the hour for the talents being born. And ever since that, and this is quite some time ago, I think this was in 2006, talents are just like the shit. It's still the meta game. It's still super effective. Orcs almost like... I can barely imagine any Orc player that is very comfortable playing against talents. It only comes Fly to my mind, who gives just a fuck about what you play. His micro is so sick that he doesn't care what you do. He would just overcome it anyhow.
That's right, and speaking of the shit, look at the item drops for MinHyuk. He has a Tome of Experience plus the the Unholy Aura that he found at the tail of the turtle here at Turtle Rock. What a boost! Level 3 on the Blade Master already. Here he comes for a creep check, a little too late. Wand of Mana stealing on that Beastmaster. Might be nice against the Tauren Chieftain, but of course he has Mana Burn anyhow. So I guess creeping works well for both. Oh, it's a Shadow Hunter. No Tauren Chieftain.
Yeah, it's actually a Shadow Hunter. It's not a TC. We went for the Shadow Hunter here for the healing wave. On Turtle Rock, you can do it, I guess, but your strategy will not be go super late game, go into these huge battles later on, because the Shadow Hunter is not scaling that well. He cannot really deal with huge armies, and of course he can replenish with the healing wave and stuff, but on the other hand, the TC provides so much more damage output. The AoE just gives you so much more surface area in the fights and stuff. But on the other hand, the Shadow Hunter without any mana is basically useless. But the Unholy Aura as well as the Close of Attack they dropped there. So in terms of items, he's definitely on the lucky side here. Let's see how he can use that to his advantage.
So Tinker, of course, the third hero for Moon. Lots of talents coming out. Level 3 on the Shadow Hunter already. Plus the Claw and Slippers. This is nice for the Blade Master later on. To boost his damage up. He tries to be the Stealing Magpie, but of course the Maggie is already gone. Maybe he can steal a Tome of Experience, but no, got burned. Did he buy anything? I'm not too sure. Maybe stole an Invo
I think he
potion.
might have gone for that Invo potion, but he didn't really check on that hero, so... So level 3 Shadow Hunter is already in position, 3 Raiders, 2 Spirit Walkers soon, I guess. Blade Master got the Healing Scroll as well as the Invo potion, and he should be aware that his opponent is going for the creep here on the red spot right now, and for some reason Moon is also using quite a lot of Fairy Fire on the creeps. He used a lot of Fairy Fire on the turtle. Of course you want to have it on the huge creep there, especially the Augur. What item is it?
Crystal
it's
Ball.
The Crystal Ball.
The worst item that he can get, and from the west comes MinHyuk. Of course, first Cyclone immediately being thrown to that Blade Master. The items have not been swapped, so that first hero for the Orc is not that scary as he could be, but at the moment it looks like MinHyuk is scaring Moon away, but now it's a decent position for the Night Elf.
Yeah, absolutely a decent position. We have seen the wave from the Ogre hitting all the talents. He had to use the glyph that drops there. But now the first row Berserkers are still hitting the units from MinHyuk, and a huge part of his army is actually still fighting against creeps. The surface area is not that big. The factory area is in a very, very good spot. I'm not sure if he still got a hitting squad, but now he staffs out the Demon Hunter and retreats for now. Also, the Orc player, you can see a lot of units, the Grunts especially, losing a lot of HP earlier on, and we see still 800 gold, up to 900 gold for Moon that he can spend. And now we see Kodo Beast as well as catapults being produced for the Orc player, so he might go for a slow siege towards Moon's main base.
Yeah, very interesting play by MinHyuk. And usually you see the Night Elves lose a lot of talents, they have to reproduce, but not this time. Moon didn't lose a lot because the Raiders were not able to get to the casters and didn't deal that much damage. He continues to creep on the back of the turtle. What item did he get? Did you catch that? I don't know, but I guess Moon is starting his famous expansion play here.
Maybe it's a little bit too early still, but if he expands at the red spot that the Orc player crept earlier on, and he's doing that right now, you're completely right. He goes for the expansion, for the sneaky one in a location that his opponent crept. And also, you have to say, Talons are very, very good on this map, because you can basically creep these Gigantian sea turtles in no time. Use Fairy Fire on them, they have heavy armor, you have magic attack on these Talons, and you just wreck them apart. And this strategy also relies on the hero levels that you have when it scales into the later stages of the game, because the level 2 Quilbies provide so much more damage with the enraged kind of ability that they have, and also the factory gets a lot better. So overall, the hero scaling very, very well into the late game, and if you have higher hero levels than your opponent, you always have an advantage. But in Orc against Night Elf, it's even worse, because if the Night Elf player got like 4-3-3, you have level 2 factory and level 2 Quilbies, and they provide so much more damage over time.
And the Demon Hunter gains so much more sustainability with Evasion level 2. We saw 2 mana potions. One is of course great for the Orc, for the Night Elf. I guess it's pretty much sellable since they don't really rely on the manas that much. Next red spot for Moon. Once again, we don't see the item. Okay, Devotion Aura, which is also not that good. But yeah, that's the level 4.
Yeah, but we have this huge thread on Reddit right now. Somebody, I think its name is Dobby or something like this, or Dovi. He was putting out a thread there concerning all the auras, since I kind of told you guys that auras are completely shit. And he came down with his mass, and oh no, we have maybe a catch of the Beastmaster here forcing out a Town Portal, so I kind of stopped talking about it. And yeah, he's forcing the Town Portal out of his opponent, and a huge part of the units are still on the other side, so his Beastmaster is caught out of position. Maybe he's going for it, but there's still a lot of Moonwells with juice on it. So now the tower rush from MinHyuk is real with the catapult, the Kodo Beast, but the army from Moon is coming from the other side.
Oh yeah, this reminds me of Focus vs. Moon, one of the greatest games of all time. Also on Turtle Rock, also with towers, also with catapults and 2 level 6 Tinkers, but let's not go that crazy. 3 demolishes, man, and with 1 volley they just rip apart the Talons, but now one of them is completely out of position. What's he doing with that? I'm not too sure, but he's driving Moon away. Still 50 food for the 5th race, but MinHyuk's armies look so strong, and he's buying so much time for the towers to get up. Of course, the Town Portal has been drawn earlier by the Beastmaster, so he can't reposition himself, which would be crucial in this fight. Shadowhunter gains level 4, Blademaster once again up in the air. Where is Moon's supply?
Moon's entire army evaporated against the siege attack from the catapults, and also with the Kodo Beast, they have just way more damage. You can see as soon as they clump up, the catapults are hitting the Talons with a massive hit, and finally, for the first time in this entire fight, the Demon Hunter is able to reach the Shadow Hunter and burning his mana, so there are no more healing waves, and now you can see how the Orc player is actually losing units and also dropping super low on a lot of these Spirit Walkers as well as Raiders, and this is not a position that MinHyuk should fight in. You can see a lot of damage on all the units, no Dispel on the Spirit Walkers here available. Blademaster diving in, being surrounded right now. If this one is being killed off, I think he's in a very, very bad spot, and he will most likely lose that game right here. And he's losing that Blademaster right now. The Hawk level 2 ripping apart everything.
Little Chimera is of course a great counter against Kodo Beast with the magic damage and the movement, of course. And yeah, MinHyuk down to only his catapults and the 2nd hero. He will be able to kill that catapult, so the 10% damage boost that the command aura is gone. And what a crazy comeback for Moon, man. He basically lost everything in between the 2 starting positions at the bottom, but he was able to come back with just a few talents with his heroes. Great work.
Yeah, we had the first part of the fight was very good for MinHyuk.
Yeah.
Very convincingly taking this fight, getting rid of huge chunk of Moon's army already, forcing the Town Portal early on the Beastmaster. But then I think Orc against Night Elf sometimes in these kind of scenarios comes down to patience, and for MinHyuk it was like he was not patient at all. He just wanted to force the issue as hard as he can, and it's not paying off. And on top of things, Moon got an expansion on the other side of the map that MinHyuk is not aware of, and usually this kind of unfolds to be a win for the Night Elf player in most of the cases.
Yeah, this is definitely a big mistake by MinHyuk. He knows about Moon's expansion game. He knows that the map is big, so there should always be a scout somewhere. But he doesn't do it, and now Moon comes in to seal the deal, to hit the nail in the coffin. Nice Fury Dragon burning the HP of the SH. But of course the catapults are in a perfect position. Moon has to be careful with his talents to not lose that many. But of course the Blade Master is out of the game. There's so much mana on the talents here. And the Raider is going down as well. So much Cyclone coming in. And the Hawk, of course, is able to get to the talents, to the catapults, and get them out of the game. But so far, MinHyuk is defending pretty well for what he has left on the battlefield, I guess.
Yeah, but Moon on the other side is banking on 50 supply, so he's not willing, or he's not going for the kill here. He just wanted to put a pressure on his opponent, check out his remaining forces, as well as just kind of force him to produce more and more units. So I think Moon is on 1.2k gold right now, and he can go up to A supply. I think what he will do is like put down a Chimera root somewhere, and also his hero levels are going through the roof. Demon Hunter getting closer to level 5. I think Beastmaster has to be already level 4. Yes, he is. And also the Tinker should be really close to level 4 already. So in terms of hero levels, he got one hero more. And even if you exclude the Tinker, the hero levels are superior for the Night Elf player. But on top of things, he gets a second expansion here on the other side of his main base.
This looks so good. Both first heroes are going closer and closer to level 5. The Blade Master, though, is plus 13 damage. Maybe with crit level 3 and some crazy luck, he might be able to turn things around. But of course, that's not the easiest task to fulfill. He definitely needs an Invo Potion, he got that already. But he's so scared, he can't really leave his base, can't really creep anything, and Moon is capitalizing from that. Not getting the level 5, that's surprising to me. Pendant of Energy now for the level 5 Shadow Hunter. So level 3 Heal Wave and more mana, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, he should be able to take at least one good last stand, but the supply advantage is... he cannot really overcome that. I don't see it. Even if he kills the heroes, now 2 Chimera roads being thrown down at the expansion that he's not aware of. So he will not actually scout that, and there won't be any bad riders in time to get rid of them. On the other hand, he cannot keep up in production because the resources that he would need to do that are just not in place. And Moon now and 51 supply, kind of unlucky. But I don't think that he can actually support 2 Chimera roads because the number of wood that he got is like 100, and 1 Chimera cost you 70 wood. So it's just a little bit for the show.
Of course, a nice counter against that catapult play here. And in general, a nice addition to a late game army. Moon is known for that as well. There's no tier 3 for MinHyuk, so there's no Orb of Lightning, so he can't attack the air. And that's basically will tear him apart if he doesn't get his Raider count up to use Ensnare. But Moon has complete map control here, plus 11 damage on the Demon Hunter as well. Mana Potion now for MinHyuk, 50 food. This might be the last time that he has a chance to win a fight, but it's still looking horrible.
Yeah, this is the last stand of MinHyuk. 50 supply, gathering his remaining forces, 3 catapults, 2 Spirit Walkers, also using Spirit Link quite a lot because he has to do it to keep his units alive. But I don't think that he can overcome this army anymore. Shadowhunter level 5, of course, a nice thing to have. Also the Unholy Aura to micro the catapults away from the units. But I don't see it. 65 supply already for Moon. Second expansion set up. And now we can see Wisp production should start. 2 Chimeras being started as well. If he's only waiting for the 2 Chimeras to finish, he can just easily get rid of all the catapults, like with 1 attack each. It's crazy. It's doing so much damage. And now he sees the second expansion. He's like, yeah, I can afford your expansion, but there's Nature's Blessing on that one, so it will take time to kill it. And in the meantime, he's going for the Borrow Rush and killing them.
He killed the first one, so MinHyuk will be supply stuck in a second. He's going for Pillage because I think the main gold mines are about to run dry, so he has at least some chances to get his gold back. First expansion is down, but of course Moon in his back pocket has the second expansion at the tail of the turtle that has been up for quite some minutes. He's going into the peasant line of MinHyuk, killing them all. What a slaughter this is. He is supply stuck for an eternity. MinHyuk wants to go for the main base now, but I think he can finish it in time. There should be a town portal on Moon. 2 Chimeras already up. He's hiding them from his opponent. There's the second expansion again. So, yeah, Moon is supply stuck as well, but he's going for the stronghold and... yeah, this is a base race now. Catapults and Raiders versus Talons. This might actually be winnable for MinHyuk, but the question is, where is the town portal?
Yeah, and I don't think that he got a lot of peons with him. Of course, he can still construct something with the remaining 3 peons that he got or something like that. But on the other side, of course, and he's also keeping Moon stuck on his production, so he cannot get any more units than 72 supply. But 72 supply is enough to overcome 60 Chimera production still on the other side of the map. I'm not sure if these are. He will actually have 4 Chimeras. He's waiting with the other 2 above the forest, close to the expansion. The small yellow dots above the forest are kind of telling us that. So he got 4 Chimeras. This is like 1 hit each on the catapults. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening of MinHyuk taking this game to his account.
Well, he's killing the main base now, but of course Moon is doing the same on the other side of the map. So basically everything is gone except MinHyuk's shop that he rebuilt in Moon's base and another stronghold there. Interesting choice.
Maybe. What I also like is that Moon is keeping the crystal ball to actually scan all the time.
That was, in this case, a decent drop.
Might be the first time in Warcraft history that crystal ball might be useful.
Now we see the first chimeras on the back of the turtle joining the fray, and of course Moon knows, okay, there is 2 buildings now, let's gather forces, let's try to destroy my opponent. And how many raiders are there? There are a few, so he can work with Ensnare, but is the damage enough to kill the chimps? Maybe with some kiting or whatever? Not too sure.
Yeah, even if he kites, even if he hexes 1 or 2 of the chimeras, it's still way too much. Look at this army right now. It's just vaporizing these catapults. Look at this complete free reign over the air. Tinker being focused right now. Can he finish off the level 4 Tinker? Of course he cannot. 5 units are being cycled. 6 units in total, the Blade Master included. So denying all the damage in the world. GG here from Mr. MinHyuk. And Moon is taking the first map of the series and is going to get the second rape that I've ever seen from him on an Orc player.
That was, just remembering how things went in the first fight here at the bottom of Moon. It's crazy how great he was able to come back.
Maybe you could wisp Indra actually to get inside that game. His account is just Indra, I can see it right now. Or Phoenix_Remind, because he also speaks English. Because we have to get inside that game.
Yeah, I tried to order Bluetail to tell us still D&D mode for Sungo. So maybe Bluetail will do the job. And Lolite will help us as well. So we might be able to see the game names on the stream since they are showing that now.
True. We can maybe see it, but I'm not sure how much of delay is on that screen.
Okay, I got the game name.
I think you didn't add me. Oh, okay, you added me.
Can you see it now?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay.
Booyah! We are in game.
Yeehaw! That means in-game sound. That means higher quality.
For the first time of our entire lives, we made it into a Korean game.
Woohoo! All right. So gotta adjust the scoreboard here. It's 1-0 for Moon. Okay, we're good to go. We're just waiting for the Koreans to start this. It's 1-0 for Moon. The second map is gonna be Ancient Isles.
Nice, and I'm looking forward to that match. Ancient Isles is a great map to have Orc against Night Elf on, and I think we have seen quite a cool games here. Also, the base race can be real here. 3 ways to rewatch their opponent's main base. So definitely a chance.
So, do you think he's going for the Shadow Hunter again? Because I don't really see a reason to do that. Turtle Rock has great spots for the wave of the Tauren Chieftain, and so has Ancient Isles. But of course, on this map it's a little harder to get him to level 3.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually true. But let's see if he decides to go for the Shadow Hunter or the TC this time. You can also creep the red spot fairly easy with 4 grunts. And this gives you a nice item as well as a huge XP boost.
Yeah, there is a possibility of finding a Book of the Dead, and if you can use that without any wisps nearby, this can wreck the Night Elf completely. The game is starting, everybody. And we are in game. Oopsala. Alright, I hope we don't provide any lags or whatever to the game, but I don't think so, since they're playing on hotspots. And we're good to go.
We're good to go. You are done with your lovely... is the recorded starting? This is what I wanted to ask.
Yes. I always record the entire best of 3.
Oh, nice. You got the cutting skills.
Yes.
So we're gonna see Moon once again spawning on the bottom half here on Ancient Isle, spawning in the yellow color. He is the South Korean Night Elf that is famous for basically everything that a Night Elf race is famous for in this game. Because he kind of invented most of the tactics or just perfected them to like a max. There's absolutely nothing that this guy is not thinking of. So he's throwing down the Ancient of War close to the creeps here. He will go for the Orga Magi right away. On the other side, we have MinHyuk, a guy who was a tier 2 South Korean Orc player back in the days, performing for certain clans such as Go, that he's representing here as well. And yeah, he's spawning in the red color on the top half here on Ancient Isles, and he was able to take certain games against Loliot, as you said it, and also was performing very well in the recent past. He just came back to the game. And the first game was maybe a little bit of disappointing, but on the other side, he was also forcing Moon to an edge at least once. So maybe he can perform a little better on this map.
Yeah, let's see. He tried to go for a kind of unconventional route in game number 1. Usually you don't see that many catapults in that game, and definitely no Shadow Hunter. So let's see if he goes for the usual stuff with a Torrent Chieftain on this map. Blade Master, of course, the first hero. On the other side, we have the Demon Hunter, the strongest, or in this matchup, definitely the strongest hero. I've seen an Orc versus Night Elf with Warden recently in Jera Cup. That did not work that well. So
yeah, because the Warden is not providing enough damage against Spirit Link and Heal Wave. It's just Spirit Link and Heal Wave counter out that Warden so hard, and you can even use like healing scrolls on top of things. So usually a Warden is not scaling well against an Orc player. But of course, I've also seen guys win with that Warden against Orc sometimes, easy peasy. And Rotterdam was one of the guys who liked to play, especially on Lost Temple back in the days. He was changing his race to Night Elf and played against a lot of high-class Orcs and was actually winning against them with Warden and Dryads. So we have seen guys being successful with that.
So very early tech for MinHyuk. And no tech for Moon so far. Little late. He's lacking a lumber at the moment to go for that. He's getting level 2 out of that creep spot. So he has evasion on the other side. Of course, the Blade Master of MinHyuk is going for the boots. Oh no, it's not 7 PM yet. So he just wanted his circlet and sell the town portal to get a little gold boost. And finally, the attack of Moon has started.
Wow, and we see MinHyuk is going for something really risky and sneaky. He goes for the red spot creep right away on the Forest Troll Warlord level 6 here. And I've seen people especially focus trying to do that creep, and he almost lost his Blade Master, then went back, and I think he kind of lost it there. I completely lost the game. Could not heal up again, but here this is working perfectly for MinHyuk. Level 2 Blade Master and a Mana Stone. And Mana Stone, I cannot give enough like emphasis on that item. You can consume it, of course, but on the other side, your mana regeneration will be a lot higher, and having more Wind Walks in the early game can be very crucial. But on the other side, we see Moon not losing any time. He goes for the Red Drake right away with the Mercenary support, as well as the one Archer that he got. So the Demon Hunter will get like super close to level 3, or even get level 3 by finishing that camp. And MinHyuk got absolutely no idea about it yet. Figuring out where his opponent is, will most likely check the Goblin Merchant, and after that he will go to the Goblin Mercenary camp there. So he will not be there in time.
Very, very unique creep spots by both players, actually.
Wow, maybe he misses the item once again because he's dropping super close.
But I know, I think he's aware.
He saw it.
But Rune Bracers is, of course, a pretty item. Nice pickup by MinHyuk, getting that Forest Troll Berserker, going for the Priest as well. And there is plenty of damage with that Wind Walk. Bam, cutting the HP in half, and 2 more hits with a critical strike. ending the life of the troll in style. So that was a nice creeping for Moon. That is a pretty high level Demon Hunter, but his mercenaries are completely gone now.
Yeah, very sad for Moon that it's not enough for level 3. Now he has to go for the green spot there and at least creep one of these guys. But he is not going for the green spot. He is going for the expansion with the Demon Hunter only, while his units try to retreat in the inside of that main base. And there's actually an opening that I was not expecting between the forest and the Moonwell. You can actually enter the main base there, but he doesn't have the Dust of Appearance, so he's not able to kill that one off. Demon Hunter dropping super low once again, creeping a creep spot, but yeah, he's not expecting it. You can see MinHyuk with a question mark above his head of the Blade Master, not knowing where his opponent is at.
Oh, second pair of boots for the Demon Hunter, finally getting that level 3. You mentioned it, he's roaming around trying to find the Demon Hunter, but he's not able to get it. We see a Torrent Chieftain this time, and only now the Blade Master arrives to the scene. This will be backstep damage to the Blade. Can he force the Town Portal? There is another critical strike. He won't get out alive there with walking. So Town Portal number 2 in the two series. On Churl Rock, he forced the early Town Portal. Here on AI, he forces the Town Portal. So, except the Demon Hunter level, I think everything is in order for MinHyuk. He has the.
But I think Moon has really to question this stuff that he's doing, like losing your Town Portal twice of being greedy in the early game for that creeping shit. And he could have easily crept one of the green spots. Like, he just needed like one tiny bit of experience for the level 3. And now he lost the Town Portal and he got a Bracer and the Boots of Speed, a second pair, which is kind of cool to give it to the Beastmaster. But I don't think it's completely worth it. And now we can see even a cancel on the second Ancient of Wind here with the Blade Master. So MinHyuk playing a really, really good game number 2 here.
Absolutely correct. And of course the Mana Stone will help the Torrent Chieftain later. He started creeping level 1.5 already. But we will see the Hawk rather soon. Finally, the Blade Master is keeping track of the heroes. But at the same time, I think the Demon Hunter wants to annoy the Torrent Chieftain as well. So a lot of harassment going on in this game. We see the first Raider. We will have the Ensnare upgrade. The first Walkers are coming. Moon still building that one Ancient of Wind, still attacking 2 tier 3. So at the moment he is pretty much behind, and the leveling of the Torrent Chieftain went pretty well for the Orc.
Yeah, it's still looking good, but I don't see how Moon maybe comes back from that. Of course, losing your Ancient of Wind also cuts your production, and if MinHyuk goes for some really aggressive play right now with the Spirit Link, with the Raiders, maybe even researching Pillaged and getting one Healing Scroll, I think he can really pressure that base right now, because there's only a Demon Hunter. There's, of course, 2 Moonwells. Ancient of Wonders just being constructed. A single Tailing being produced right now. Yeah. Tier 3 being started. We can see now the Master upgrade. I thought the Tier 3 was started. No, the Master upgrade is started. Tinker is on the field. But I think you can damage him really hard right now. The Tinker is not providing all that much. You can just easily snipe that since there are no units on the field. He also lost the Berserker earlier on from the creeping of the mercenary camp. Mana Stone transferred to the TC, and he right now goes for the Moonwell snipe. He has to be careful with the TC. Is not willing to lose all that much HP on him. Yeah, and now you can see Factory being sniped, and it leaves the Night Elf player super vulnerable right now.
Yeah, there is still no Cyclone Ensnare on the Tinker, but it's not enough. So Demon Hunter,
wow,
what else around? There is no Town Portal. You mentioned it, crit in a row, but he misses that one. Tons of misses coming out. Another crit. Torrent Chieftain has to be super careful, but he will get out alive. The Demon Hunter doesn't level up on the Blade Master. First hero is gone. Immediate Ensnare on the Tinker. Can he get the follow-up kill? Can he get a double kill? Yeah, here comes Backstep again. And this is the end for you, my friend. Third hero down as well. Leaves the Beastmaster alone. The entire army of Moon is in the grave, but Speed Scroll being used.
Very careful.
Speed Scroll saves him here.
But still, even if he retreats right now, he should be in a fantastic spot. But I think he has to go back now. The Master upgrade is kicking in, and also a lot of units are dropping low. You can see the TC regenerating already on the way back using the healing salves that he got. Blade Master got no more Windwalk. He has to be careful. Could have been surrounded there with the goblins. Demon Hunter's the revive is being started. The Ancient of Wonders was being denied earlier, so there was no Staff of Preservation to keep the Demon Hunter like out of the surround. And this is all paying off here from MinHyuk. He's playing so well. He's getting a second healing scroll, and he doesn't want to lose any more time. He wants to hit the nail and wants to win that second game right here, right now. There's no shop to heal up. The Moonwells are all empty. The healing scroll should provide enough healing for all the units. Killing that Moonwell will just supply cap him even harder. 34 supply, but we see a few talents in the back of the main base providing a lot of damage, especially against the heavy armor grunts here.
Yeah,
and if he kills that altar, I think he's in a fantastic position.
I think so too. The Demon Hunter might not go out. There is siege damage from the Raiders, obviously. Level 2 on the Beastmaster, so there is a Hawk. He's repositioning his Raiders. Here comes the... Oh, what a bad shockwave this was. But the altar is gone. That means no Demon Hunter anymore. Maybe you can get him from the Tavern, but I don't think so. Beastmaster is surrounded from the Ensigner once again. Cyclone does not help. Shockwave. And the second hero is down as well. Moon is down to playing StarCraft without any heroes. And this is the equalizer by MinHyuk.
Very well played by MinHyuk, I have to say. Very, very well played. Realizing his position phenomenally well. Had a good read on what he had to do, on what his opponent is up to, like how many units there are in play. Cancelling that second Ancient of Wind. Using that Ancient of War earlier to creep and not close off or wall off your main base to actually prevent these kind of cancellations on your Ancient of Wind. Losing the Town Portal early on, all adding up. All the things are actually adding up. Somebody in chat actually mentioned that you get also gold from creeping, so that the loss in terms of gold by using the Town Portal and stuff maybe like is getting maybe overcome, but on my end I don't think so. I actually don't think so. You lose way too much time. You lose the safety mechanism to save your heroes, save your army whenever you are caught in a bad position, and you can see it. If you don't have a Town Portal, you lose the Demon Hunter. The game is GG for you.
Absolutely
so
correct.
Playing really well there.
Absolutely correct. And usually on tier 2, you see the Night Elves like gather 5-6 talents already before they hit tier 3. This time, not at all, man. He had, I think, 2 talents when MinHyuk approached his base. And yeah, I will fix the sound. I think it is now. And we got a donation from the awesome state of Ireland. 20 bucks from Run Burgundint. Greetings from Ireland. Maybe the only one. Yeah, it might be true. Really enjoying your coverage of tournaments. Keep it up. Thank you very much. The first donation of March, this is.
Shoutouts to that man. On the other hand, you stated that this was a really bad shockwave, if you remember it. The first shockwave that he was hitting into the altar. It actually finished off the altar and it prevented the Wisp from repairing.
Yeah,
level 2 wave is killing Wisp instantly, so...
But I think he would have gotten
amazing. It was an amazing wave.
I think he would have gotten it because the repair was too late.
It was still an amazing wave. It was fucking amazing. So MinHyuk proving that he's in a really fantastic spot. Third map will be Twisted Meadows, and Twisted Meadows can create amazing epic games.
Oh yeah, it is of course Moon's hometown. It's Moon Meadows, as his fan club called it all the time in Yinchuan. So I'm pretty curious how he plays this, and this might be another Shadowhunter map, right?
Yeah, it could be a Shadowhunter map, could easily also be a TC map, since you can creep him easily to level 5 if you want to. Of course, only if your opponent gives you the time for that, but there are huge drops, there are like huge items. But yeah, you can also go for a quick, successful push with a Shadowhunter, especially if you have close spawns, as we can see it right now.
That it is. Yeah, continue.
Let's jump into the game.
In the bottom left, we have MinHyuk, the Orc player who just came back from the first defeat on Turtle Rock. But on the bottom right, we have Moon. This is his hometown. This is where he's so famous for like 6 or 7 expansions at the same time. Just Tree of Lives all over the map. But I think against Orc, it's not as easy as it is against Undead or Humans. So I think this is out of the equation for this one. Maybe 1, maybe 2 expansions, but not that many. So the loser of this map will drop down to the lower bracket. The winner will face the winner of Lawliot versus Reprisal. Oh no, right? Or not? No, of Focus versus Belief, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir, and there we go. Moon starting with the Altar of Elders and Moonwell, the typical kind of start. Now, both of the Wisps are going in opposite directions, scouting the opponent to see where he is at.
This is, by the way, a Huntress opening, right?
Yeah, this was what I wanted to say right now. it is going to be a Huntress opening, and this is most of the time followed up by Druid of the Claw. And Druid of the Claw, on the other hand, is something that you can easily counter with a Shadow Hunter, because you need the Healing Wave, you need the Hex, you can Hex a Bear, you can then transition into Kodo Beast and stuff. Moon is finding his opponent on the left side on Twisted Meadows, and now we can see how MinHyuk will kind of respond to this early Huntress build. He's not aware of it yet, but I think he will figure it out in a bit.
Yeah, I guess he knows this is pretty common for Night Elf versus Orc on TM to start with Huntress, to be just a little more safe, a little more sustainability. Here it is, Huntress Hall and an Engine of War. This, of course, slows down the creeping of the Demon Hunter. Usually you'd start like here at the orange spot, or maybe if you're super greedy, you start at the Mercenary Camp to get almost immediate level 2. But no, not this time. He will stay on level 1 for quite some time.
I think I've never seen that opening that MinHyuk is going for. He went for the early Voodoo launch, which is okay. Then the later Barracks, and then he was skipping the Grunt for quite some time to get the second burrow already there. So now we see the Forest Troll Trapper being slain, and this is something that my mate Dark liked to do quite a lot. He went to Twisted Meadows both shops and killed this Forest Troll Trapper, and he is famous for dropping the Tomb of Experience, but it can also be a shit tomb like Strength or Intelligence +2. But if the Forest Troll Trapper drops the XP tomb, it's definitely worth it. And if there's a second drop of XP on the other side, it's even more worth it.
Yeah, that's gonna be super crazy, but what are the chances, man? What are the chances? Okay, he won't get it. And now he's down to 40 HP, losing that Windwalk because he kinda missed to heal himself before going into Windwalk. But yeah, it's an entire level that he's ahead of the Demon Hunter. This will of course pay off in a lot of damage. So we'll see. Tier 2 tech by both players. Actually, the Orc tech is quite delayed due to his build order.
Yeah, it all comes into play. His tech is a little delayed on the other side. I think it's actually about the same speed, but usually the Orc player is a little faster than the Night Elf.
Exactly.
Now finally getting the level 2 here. He's baiting with the Grunt, the Demon Hunter, away from the Blade Master. You can see the Demon Hunter is on opposite sides here of the map to the Blade Master. But now we see a Wisp block coming in for Moon. Is he able to block that Grunt to do some more damage to him? He's already at half HP, dropping lower and lower. Huntresses joins the fray here of the Demon Hunter. And I think he will finish off that Grunt here from MinHyuk. And this is crippling him quite hard in the early game. But maybe he's blocking his base with the other Grunt. Nice, perfect execution here from MinHyuk. If he's now sending a few peons inside that burrow and go for the Huntress, this would be nice. Or even a surround on the Demon Hunter that he can do right now.
And he does, but ooh, just slips through the fingers of the Blade Master, who was already waiting for him with his big blade. But yeah, he kept the Grunt safe. Very well executed by both players, actually. So getting the HP off of the Grunts costs, of course, heal stuff, so it's at least a little accomplishment. Of course, he tries to go in there with the Hunters to cancel the healing, but this is at the moment completely impossible.
And now Moon is blocking the Grunts from getting out of that base again with the Huntress, but of course he can easily get the Dust of Appearance. But I think for these kinds of situations where Surround is not being successful, we need this Jeopardy sound. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Or something else.
We might
so
work on
let's see if he's able to surround that Huntress. I think the surround should be close with the two Grunts. Yeah, you can see my understanding of surrounds is not that great. The surround was not close at all. He is revealing that Huntress and running away. The Demon Hunter. Also, Moon forced his opponent to get the Dust of Appearance that got no use right now. And we can see an expansion of the other side of the map, and it's almost done.
Almost done, and Tier 2 has finished as well. So MinHyuk has to come up with something. He builds the Shadow Hunter as we expected. There is a Beastery coming up. I don't know if he has the Lodge already. He has the resources. Okay, there it is. A little late, but I think he was waiting for something. Will he scout the expansion now? No, he won't with the Blade Master. And this
kind of hard to tell that there's an expansion, I guess.
Oh, and Moon is going Engine of Lore and Engine of Wind.
Yeah, he's going for Huntress, Dryads, Talons. This is a very, very old strategy that Night Elf players used against Orc.
Nice block.
Nice, the Peon just in time. filling this little spot.
But this is an awesome timing for Moon. The tier 2 buildings are not yet finished, and there's plenty of damage coming from the Quillbeast and the Huntress. He's focusing on that Orc Burrow though, wants to keep MinHyuk stuck for like ever. The Huntress again blocking the entire army of MinHyuk. Orc Burrow is down. Can he capitalize on that Spirit Lodge? Can he kill that as well? No, he has to Town Portal out because the damage on the first hero is too much. In my opinion, he could have gotten the Beastry and maybe the Spirit Lodge as well.
But I like what he did. He's like going in, and I think he went in with the idea, okay, I will Town Portal out. And when I Town Portal out, you think I Town Portal to my main biz. But what I will actually do is I will Town Portal to the expansion. But you can tell, because I wanted to have this Town Portal being used in the first place.
Yeah.
So you will never know that there's an expansion.
Great analysis.
Very smart. Like, I think he really did this on purpose. He went in there and he wanted to use the Town Portal at some point.
Very well analyzed, Mr. yAwS. That's why you're here, of course. Expansion is up, the Talons are coming, the Dryads are coming as well, so he has Dispel against the Spirit Link. He might not go for Cyclone here, but just diminishing the armor of the Orcs is already enough with Fury Fire, I guess. So here's the End Snare, the Walkers are coming, and MinHyuk is scouting this. His Blade Master is not that pimped, he's level 2.5, but he only has a Circlet, no claws, no nothing. Shadowhunter is going on the hunt for level 3, obviously, trying to get some more mana pools or some claws for the Blade Master, but he has no level 3, no Windwalk level 2, can't roam around as freely as he wants to, and that of course results in a lack of scouting.
Yeah, definitely, but you can overcome this strategy even without scouting. This is the downside. Like Dryads, Huntresses, and Talents, they can be strong, and I like that also Moon is getting the access to the Mercenary Camp right now to even get like some more forces, to get the Forest Troll, and maybe the Augur later. This is just great tools to have, like more units, more variety, more like piercing damage and stuff, more tank with the Augur later. And on the other side, the Orc can just slay that army apart. If your Shadowhunter is in a great spot, is not getting mana burned, you have the Spirit Link, you have a few Raiders, you have a Kodo Beast, you can win against that army since the army composition is okay, but it will never hit this spot where it is like equal to Bears, equal to Master Talons. So Huntresses, Dryads, and Talons can actually die super easy, and even Catapults are very, very good, and we see a Womble being thrown down right now.
So why do you think Moon is going for that strategy?
Yeah, he wants to like mix it a little bit. He's not willing to go for the Talents. It's also close position. You have to keep that in mind. Close position, always a risk to fall to some sneaky like Tower Rush, to some sneaky like early game pusher that you can do with Orc and Raiders and Spirit Walkers. So now I think MinHyuk is getting the idea, okay, if you go for this 1-1-1 build, 1 Lore, 1 Ancient of Wind, and 1 Ancient of War, there might be an expansion, and now he's getting the confirmation on that, and this is something that he needs to get. He needs to know that there's an expansion in play, so that he needs to calculate the timing that he has to hit in order to win that game.
Absolutely. Boots of Quel'Thalas for the Demon Hunter, and it is level 3 after this creep spot as well. Also for the Beastmaster, so what an important creep spot that was for Moon. Double level up plus the big item here and a bit of gold, obviously. So still, okay, there is level 3 as, again. There is the second Delirious Field of Accuracy. He sold the first one. I think you can keep it, man. The Spirit Walker damage is not that bad, but of course if you want to trade it for an Invo Potion or a Heal Scroll, that's absolutely fine. Level 3 on all 4 heroes here. The Blade Master is starting to get crazy. Plus 9 claws of attack, also a great item. And now he's going for that expansion, but Moon knows exactly what goes on.
Yeah, Moon is aware of that. There was a wisp earlier at the Goblin Merchant, so he knew that there was movement towards his expansion after that. But the 2 Quillbeasts, you can see how much damage they do. Up to 30 piercing damage, and they attack rather fast. Now the Raiders being caught off position. Muddy the Mud Golem joining the fray, slowing some here. And now I'm not sure the Blade Master just died! What the fuck, MinHyuk?
What a focus by Moon and finishing it off with a Heal Scroll. With a Mana Burn. But yeah, why do you let your Blade Master take so much damage? I don't really get it. And now everything is dying for MinHyuk. The Grunt is down, another End Snare here, but of course Muddy the Mud Golem won't survive for that long. The Dryad Slow is doing exceptional work here. Demon Hunter with heavy right clicks, finishing the Kodo, finishing another Grunt. What a horrible, what a disaster for MinHyuk that was.
Yeah, biggest throw so far, so... Number 1 spot for the biggest throw into the playoff so far goes to MinHyuk. There's absolutely no chance of a comeback now. I'm really sorry for all the viewers, but I can't create any hype around that. If you lose your first hero like that, with a Town Ball, with the Invo Potion, with all that stuff that he got, the remaining forces from Moon, it's not even the remaining force. I don't think that he lost anything there. Now he even forces his opponent to Town Ball out, and there was like so much money to spend for Moon. I think he just started spending it on, I don't know.
He has Nature's Blessing and the Huntress, yeah.
Yeah, so this is just like a nightmare now for MinHyuk. I think he was in a fantastic spot with the healing scrolls, with the level 3 Shadowhunter, but now it turns out to be the miserable game that will come to an end sooner or later.
Yeah, this is looking so good for Moon. He has a Shredder now, he has the expansion, he can do everything he basically wants. He has good hero levels, not even a Tinker yet, but he's getting closer to level 4-4. Getting another big item here from the Rock Golem, Scroll of the Beast. Okay, that's not that good, but whatever. More experience for the heroes. He has the expansion up, he has a decent army composition with Fury Fire and Slow and everything, and Dispel, everything he needs. So yeah, what can MinHyuk throw against this? This is basically the only chance that he has is a lot of crits.
The only chance that he got is like browsing his Spotify right now, looking for a cool song to end this game. There's absolutely nothing that he can do against this army. It's 70 supply of units. All the heroes are stacked. You can see Demon Hunter got an Invo Potion. The Beastmaster still got the Staff of Preservation, so the first hero is definitely not dying. You can see a mana pendant being dropped, and the Beastmaster even goes up to level 4 as well as the Demon Hunter, so there's absolutely no chance. The Augur Maulers provide a nice frontline there, as well as super nice damage against the Raiders, and you can see how small the army from MinHyuk is compared to the army from Moon. And this is also what this strategy is designed to have, just a shitload of units. And you can see it, he got all the mercs, he got a few talents, he got a few drides, so he got slow, he got fairy fire, he got all the advantages from the different units. And this is just something that you cannot overcome at this point anymore.
Maybe the final fight of this series, of course, looks splendid for Moon. We talked about this before. Hex on the Demon Hunter being disabled for quite some time, but here must be the first mana burn. No, not yet. So of course the early stages of this fight will be great for the Orc thanks to Spirit Link, but how long can he sustain?
Yeah, it's not looking good. Of course he was killing the Huntress. The Huntress are super weak, but now it gets dicey here. As soon as the Shadowhunter runs out of mana, the Orc usually falls apart. There are no more healing scrolls. Now the Blade Master is dropping low. Is he this time using the potion? Now this time he's using it. Using a healing salve on top of things, but the Demon Hunter also popping his Invo Potion. So the Blade Master will have the Invo Potion for quite some time. Now it's gone. The summons are still in play, and you can see it right now. As soon as there are no more healing waves and no more heal scrolls, the Orc player is being burned out, and this is the point where the Night Elf player is turning the game around with all the piercing damage, with the Drides, you said it, the slow, it's so nice. He even constructed a Voodoo launch close to that thing, but he cannot provide enough damage. He doesn't have the gold to actually get all the scrolls, all the mana potions that he needs. Shadowhunter being burned once again. Blade Master still low. A mana potion being used by the Shadowhunter using the healing wave. Nice dodges, but the damage output is so high, especially with the Fairy Fire. GG from MinHyuk, and well deserved for Moon. MinHyuk letting it slip for a second, not using the items that he had, and then just sacrificing this third game, and now dropping to the lower bracket.
That's right, MinHyuk is out of the winner bracket. Moon advances, and he will face the winner of Focus and Believe, which might be our next game. Let's see. So the next game is Law Light versus Reprisal, and the main event stays Believe versus Focus, so it's with just one map that has been swapped. Alright, first best of 3 of the day. Some cool matches, but I think there's a lot of potential for better games, and especially the next one is the best of 3 that I'm looking forward to the most. It is the Master of the Blood Mage versus the Master of the Warden, Law Light versus Reprisal coming up.